Thanks to the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in Cincinnati. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the New York Jets taking on the Cincinnati Bengals. Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from Cincinnati. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he returns this to the 22. Here we go. Here we go. Stop. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Burrow looking to pass. Looking deep here for Chase. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
I came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. But on that play, they held up quite well.
Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. Jamar Chase. Room to maneuver at the 35. Down the right sideline. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, 69 yards. And the Bengals need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
Xavier Gipson now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 16. On play action, they'll throw. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 44 yards. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. He'll buy some time right. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. On play action, Rodgers dancing to his left. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
And that's an early scramble that can be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish him as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play for one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
We'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, here's Hall. And that's not going to get it done. He'll come up well short of the 1st at about the 21. Now, before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. They're going to line up to go for this on 4th down. Rodgers stays on the field. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. They'll run with Hall. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. On play action, now Rodgers. Flush to his right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. try to run it here with Hall. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. Throwing now is Rodgers. And it'll be intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off. And the Bengals are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, Charles certainly circled that play. We might have to revisit it later. They have 3 in their back pocket. They go for it on 4th and goal and throw the pick.
Well, you know, we're still in the first half. A bold call nonetheless. And I guess the book might have said take the 3, but it looks like they burned the book and just said give me the analytics. And the analytics said go for it. Didn't work out.
Now it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, how about the challenge we're seeing here in this game early? Man coverage against some fleet receivers. That time, the defense won.
Here we go. Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Burrow. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 38-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow looking deep here for Chase. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
This one caught downfield by Higgins. And away in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins, 38 yards. And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is.
There he goes, left side. How about this? Breece Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, 84 yards. And the Jets are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will dive into the end zone, and the two-point conversion is successful. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a two-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Any return that gets you to midfield is a great return. 1 first down, and you're almost in field goal position.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little eager there coming in from his outside linebacker position.
You think the hard count got him there?
Yes.
Maybe that extra hut, you know, that extra emphasis on it. Got him to jump, and they picked up 5 yards.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. From the 21, here's 2nd and 6. Burrow will throw. And this one too low.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They'll roll him out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. Mixon. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game, and no signs of slowing down.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and that makes it 21-8. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play. They fake the give. Now Rodgers being chased out left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him to first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw is Rodgers. He finds Wilson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter, as they've got it 2nd down and 11.
26.
Now a play fake. Rodgers buying time to his left. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's a knowledge you gain from being in this league for a long time. He's learned the hard way when to give up and fight another down. And that's a smart move to throw it away.
And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Jets try it, but the 4th down play doesn't work, and the Bengals will get the football back. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up. Throwing again, it's Burrow. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Sliding out of the pocket. And the throw there going to be complete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football.
Yeah, got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And now look at this. Big gain by fumble. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 35. On play action, it's Rodgers. Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have it here just past the 25. A few things better than a big man interception. You can always tell right when they get the football, there's that level of excitement and nervousness and also like, what the heck do I do with this thing?
And you say, no better sight? Well, not for the quarterback who just threw it. It's bad enough to throw a pick, but to throw one to the big guy? But you're right about that. Now what do I do with it? But what's fun about it is you know they're going to be in the film room after this ball game.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play there for Cincinnati. 44 yards. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Off the play fake, here's Burrow, rolling to his right. What was he thinking there? It's easily intercepted. Sauce Gardner picks it off, and the Jets are going to have it here at their own 15. Rodgers and the Jets now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. Steps away. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Rodgers now on first down. And Wilson with it, complete. And he's brought down. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 43. On the move to his left. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 34-yard line, here's 2nd down at a yard. On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he gets it down to the 32. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Straight ahead is Hall. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Flushed out right. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Hall want to give up the middle. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. And it's a rush to the line right now for the Jets. Throwing is Rodgers. And check down, complete to Hall. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Bengals drive about to get going. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll buy some time right. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Higgins with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bengals continue to pull away here in this first half. As he was shuffling right out of the pocket, you could just tell he was going to take a shot downfield. He had his eyes down there the whole way.
He certainly did. He wasn't taking off to go, right? When he was flush from the pocket, a lot of times you see him, eyes will drop, ball will get tucked, and he takes off, becomes a running back. But as you noted, stayed alive as a passer, tremendous body control, and a pretty good arm there, too.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now it's Rodgers. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Here's a give to Hall. 124 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a second down and 4. On play action, Rodgers. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. A handoff for Hall. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? Forced out to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Jets are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there.
It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another first down there as this one goes for 25. Now Hall. He's able to get 6. A nice pickup down to the 21. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. His throw caught right around the 6. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They'll run. It's Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. They're going to try and run. And he will dive into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion is successful. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. This taken in right around the goal line. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Bengals drive about to get going. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. Mixon hit, and all the ball is out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So potentially a turning point here in the 3rd quarter as that swings the door back open just a bit.
Yeah, they're still down 2 scores, but I do think we're at that point in the game where you're going to reach for the football whenever possible. You're going to hear the coaches scream from the sidelines. Tackle him. Second guy in, tackle the ball.
On play action. Now Rodgers. They'll roll him out right. Throw right side, Wilson. And he'll be brought down with a penalty flag on the field. It was a late decision to throw, and it might have been too late. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Rodgers going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They'll try to run with Hall. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. One more time with Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Jets take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here we go. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving.
It's caught inside the 25. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And they're going to speed things up here. Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line.
11 empty.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. And this one is incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
McPherson's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
They'll go again with Hall. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Cincinnati. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter. They'll run with Hall. Able to fight through one tackle. And he'll have a Jets 1st down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. And now they're in the hurry-up. Now they'll throw with Rodgers. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. Rodgers going to get this complete to his running back Hall. And he's taken down inside the 30. On 1st down, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Jeremy Ruckert from 13 yards out. And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Rodgers will throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And they can't bring him down. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to manage the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead.
Oh, man, late in a tight ball game, every play so critical. You feel like you've got to find a way to come up with that football. That was put in a great spot, but it just didn't want to stick in his hands.
And Burrow going to be hit and taken down. They got him. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Jets will take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall, 64 yards. And the Jets use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the fourth. Zerline good with a PAT. And that will make this a 4-point game. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. At their own 29-yard line.
On one, right?
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say that was a game-saving play.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. 1st and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Hall again. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And quickly, they get to the line. This is Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Jets. Tyler Conklin. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Jets get an important score there to extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. It's so close. He gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That puts him in excellent position. 1st and goal after a gain of 19. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And apparently not liking what was taking place, so he'll just tuck it and take the sack. Here's a run with Mixon. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. No gain on the play.
Mixon trying to punch it in. And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a second straight play right at the line of scrimmage. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. McPherson's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So we're back to a 1-score game, and now you figure we'll likely see an onside kick.
Yeah, they've only got the 1 timeout remaining, so I think they've got to take a chance at getting the ball back.
And the Jets have got it. And they just about had to get that recovery to have any chance. They only have 1 timeout. You look at the clock. Now let's do the math here, Charles. This one's pretty much over.
Yeah, we do have a chart here, don't we, that tells us about the timeouts.
You do. I'm not as smart as you.
And in looking at it, you're exactly right. Chart's not going to help them here at all. They're pretty much done at this stage. They had to have that recovery.
2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. Now the Bengals going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Zerline's kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
This is 1st and 10. Now Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 74 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to within a score. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Oh, and the Bengals look like they got it back. They did. Bengal football. So they needed the onside kick. They got it. Now they need a field goal.
And that's the beauty of this. They don't have to get 6. A field goal ties the ball game for them. Nicely executed play.
And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. Here's Burrow. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. That's caught inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A final shot now for Burrow. And quickly, he just gets that ball out of there. Not quite sure what he was doing, and here comes the flag. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. 4 quarters not enough for all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
So it'll be the Bengals with the football here to start the overtime session as the kick is away. This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
On 1, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. I cannot imagine how these players and coaches feel, Charles. My palms sweating up here in the booth now as we go to the 3rd drive of overtime. And as we know from here on out, any points win this football game.
I'll throw you a towel as well, partner. I've got one for myself, but let's face it, our nerves, our pressure, nothing compared to what's going on that field. Both of the field goal kickers active here early. Can one of them become the hero and end this thing?
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to have it with a chance to win the game here in overtime. Boy, that's a tough one right there, CD. They fought back to tie it, to send it to overtime, had all the momentum, and then that interception.
That fighting spirit, those fighting plays that got them back into it, maybe a little too aggressive there, throwing the interception, and now they've opened the door to get beat by a field goal, coming back the other way.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Here's Hall. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Here's Hall again. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 243 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. 3rd down, here's Hall. And this won't be enough. Stop the 1st and 10, it's home. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. 2nd and 10. What can Rodgers do now with his drive? Open man here is Conklin. And he's got another 1st down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Paul want to give up the middle to about the 26 here.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he is going to be close to a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bengals 21. Straight ahead is home. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
1st down, New York.
And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
And now the Bengals are going to call another timeout. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So it'll all come down to the booming right leg of Greg Zuerlein. This to win it in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. And the Jets are going to